This is my 500th video. You can kind of consider the videos previous to this one as my essay in the journey to the center of self-care. And in this video, I'll be going over the three core aspects, the conclusion of that journey. The first question being, is self-care needed? The second being, does self-care have the ability to make any change? And the final being, what is the powerful point of self-care? What can it really do, and what is needed to kind of get it done? Going to the first question, we've had generation and years of change and challenge in our history. Essentially, we've been through the world wars, we've been through slavery, we've been through the Holocaust, we've been through genocides in Africa and other places of the world, we've been through famines, we've been through stock market crashes, depressions, and my question to you is, have we recovered from any of those things? I can't say that we have. These things made their mark in time, but mainly had left a scar on what is life and what we call life. And in this, pressing in an impact on each human that has grown past that point of challenge. Now, have we done well to, let's say, overcome these challenges? I would say again, not. Have we developed compensations to deal with these things? Absolutely. And in that way, we see the kind of turmoil that we call today's life unfold in front of us. The environment that we live in should bring about the prosperity of a human, but often we see more the compensation of one. So when we take a look at this, is there a need for self-care? I'd say that it is beyond necessary that we employ the powerful healing element of self-care. It is not really an option to not. We can decide not to heed that advice. However, it will not change the fact or the truth that it is needed. Now, does self-care have the power to restore such large drawbacks and essentially travesties of history on the kind of industry of life, or what we call life? I'd say yes. Have you ever, come with me for a moment, have you ever been in a situation where an act of kindness has moved you to tears? Have you been in nature and felt centered and grounded and felt pressure relieved off of you? Have you ever been in a situation where somebody has been so thoughtful of your position that you feel relieved? What are these things? What is the thing in that we all see? This is the ability to feel human. In those moments that we feel human, we really relinquish all other thoughts and just be enlightened with who we are. In fact, why is it that when a person interacts with a child, a baby, and we hear that crying, or we hear that happiness and joy and that smile, why do we forget ourselves? Why is it that we're able to let go of all things and be in that moment almost instantaneously? It is because it reminds us of what is human, or what it is like to be human. We don't have those stressors and those things that we built on top of ourselves. We are at one in that moment. Now, if you have the ability to feel this way, even temporarily, that is a very powerful force. That is something that can change many things very quickly. The only problem is that it's always temporary. We don't necessarily seek it. We might run into it sometime throughout our life. Now, if we were to really act on this agent, this power, then what would that look like? What do humans need to feel alive or feel themselves? What moments can we really take out of life and say, if we continued this pattern, would we be able to then create a lifestyle that supports health and all things surrounding that? I think we can. If we take a look at the fact that all we need is about 50%. We don't need to be 100% perfect. We don't need sunshine and rainbows all the time. We only need 50% of living in our own environment, human environment, to be able to accomplish great things. And what is this kind of moving factor of that environment? It is only to be normal. say, how can something so simple have such power in it? If we take a look at the fact that energy itself cannot be destroyed, it can just be transformed, how much energy do you think that we put out to being or feeling normal? You can say that the athlete plays on the football field or soccer field because that feels normal to them. We can say the preachers preach because that feels normal to them. We can say teachers teach because that feels normal to them. We can say that we're always seeking a tribe of people, a group of individuals that make us feel normal, like we are the average in that scenario. In that point, kind of bringing about the sensation of being human or ourselves individually. The only problem is that when we do it that way, we stop just before the true mark. And that is when we feel comfortable just being ourselves. That being ourselves is normal. And that normal can then grow into something that's extraordinary. Now, if you think of the likelihood of you being born, you as an individual, being born into life, this alone is a miracle. So, what more do we need to do than to just be the miracle that we are? In this way, being okay with being ourselves. And then from there, what will come out of us is all the things that always come out of humans when they feel normal or are seeking or have made it to a place of feeling normal. And this is creativity, this is ingenuity, this is free or self expression, this is striving towards the pinnacle of what we can achieve. This is being human. Now, the fact that the environment around us does not support that is because of our history. We have not done, like I said in the beginning, we have not done much to recover from our past. And in this way, we perpetuate a style of life that shows us the challenges of our past throughout the ages. And when we take a serious look and reflection into this, we will come to this conclusion of self-care. So all we need to do is to look into ourselves and be able to see that we just want to be us. And in that way, give this feeling of normal to other people. I'll leave you with this. What does it mean to be able to fly in the air? What does it mean to be able to move mountains? What does it mean to be able to have all the riches of the world? Not much when you have a soul that can move people. Thank you.